Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing very well today. My name's the Jolly Joker, and this is a free tarot reading as I do on my channel. If it's the first time you're stopping by, then welcome, and please remember to take whatever you find that resonates with you from this reading. If you think it's not really for you, then maybe there are other readings in the channel that you might be interested in, or maybe you just gotta go do something else. But I just wanted to say, if you feel like someone pops into your head when I'm talking about the situation or stuff like that, then definitely follow your instincts and see what you think the reading is about. So today is actually the full moon in Scorpio, and I wanted to do this reading asking for guidance in the upcoming stage of life and just like do a general reading, and as always ask for advice, um, kind of taking advantage of this like Scorpio energy that we have going on right now and the full moon, which amplifies everything. So I'm just going to start shuffling, and I'll be thinking about um, just asking for how to go on in the upcoming month and the new moon cycle, and just kind of knowing what to expect and what things I might have to do to live it more easily and with less worry. Okay. So I'm just going to start shuffling now. For the newcomers, I use the Rider Waite Tarot, and I'm going to be drawing out 6 cards. And then if I feel like I need to draw more cards, I will. So yeah, I'm just going to focus on the shuffling now and ask for guidance in this full moon in Scorpio. What should you keep in mind for this upcoming cycle to live an easier life that is more stress-free, okay? So we are asking for some advice right now. Okay, we got 2 cards that flipped upside. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna draw 4 more cards, and I'll tell you what the cards are, okay? So the first 2 cards that flipped up are the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Then we have the Knight of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and Seven of Swords. Okay, you guys. So I always tend to look at the cards kind of like a painting, and for some reason, I usually read from left to right, but in this case, I'm going to be reading from right to left because I see the Seven of Swords kind of moving away from something, and I'm kind of getting the vibe that you are moving away from overthinking and you have understood how to connect to yourself. And I'm also understanding that you are sometimes hurt by what you think. Like you might be someone who suffers a lot in their head, like they start to think about things and situations before they even happen. But what the tarot is telling me right here is that if you kind of remember that you have your own willpower and that you are kind of like the Knight of Wands, that to me it looks like he's got some balls and he's got that energy, he's charging, got the orange, looks like he's on fire pretty much. I feel like the 2 cards in the middle are kind of telling me that story of like when you are kind of feeling gray and cloudy and rainy in your head. Could be the word sadness or depressed. Kind of if you have that moment where you connect to yourself and that spark, and just start doing something that you like, you will have in the end like a lot of gain from that. materially, not only money, but just like everything around you will flourish like in spring, you know? So from the Seven of Swords right here, we can see that he's walking on eggshells. So this might be a situation where you really have to think before you speak, or also a situation where someone was manipulating the environment for their own benefit, could have been you or someone else. The Seven of Swords speaks about counting your losses and just leaving things behind. And I feel like the Three of Swords is connected to the Seven. The situation was kind of something that just happened to you, and looking back on it, you will be glad that whatever I'm talking about happened. And I understand that you feel pain and heartbreak as this card represents. I can definitely relate to this card as I've gotten it many times when I've been feeling this way. You can emerge from this pain, and this card also does give the message of when the heartbreak comes, then light can come in through the cracks. Right beside it, the Knight of Wands talks about being passionate about what you are doing in general and kind of building that passion and knowing that it's something that can grow day to day. And maybe in the future, you see yourself in a position of power or doing something that you like. As an example, today you could be interested in drawing and coloring, and in the future, you could be interested in painting and using different types of uh, pencils and paint and oil. So maybe in the beginning you were just into drawing, but by investing in that passion that you always had from the beginning, day to day, then you started to learn more, grow it, and just kind of go into that journey of becoming the Ace of Wands instead of the Knight of Wands. The message is very clear that everyone has their own wand, as in they do have their own willpower and capacity to do what they like. So if you continue on the journey of developing whatever kind of gets you going, you will also meet other people that have different things that they do, but they will also be very passionate about them, and you will be able to share a good moment with them because you are all dedicating yourselves to what you guys like. Also, in the Five of Wands, there's kind of that moment where we collapse and just look at the 3D reality around us. And when you're passionate about something, then it can come a time where you encounter certain barriers, such as money troubles or like insufficient skill, having to adjust your vision, or maybe your body is protesting against it if you have like a real physical goal. And the advice that this card gives is that you have to be proactive and just continue battling. What I think that would be a good advice for myself is just like whenever you feel like the conditions are not in your favor, kind of come back to that Knight of Wands card and remember that you do have that fire within you, and that sometimes it will be good days and sometimes it will be bad days, but just try to remember the little flame that you have inside and not succumb to like failure or fear, or just like feeling depressed, you know? So in the end, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which in numerology, the number 6 of Pentacles represents opportunity, luck, and fortune, and 3 of Pentacles is hard work. So that adds up to 9, which means major success and wealth. Nine of Pentacles is the card of hard work and also tangible gain. It could be who we are, anything that fills our material and physical senses. So the advice in the Nine of Pentacles is that you've done a good job and you deserve to enjoy this good life. It shows that you are going to be very appreciative for what you have and you are going to be satisfied. It also talks about not pleasing anyone else but yourself, just being happy with what you achieved and who you have become. even if it means that you are not conforming to what other people want you to become. But you also don't need anyone's approval anymore. So when you get to this card, make sure to know that danger has passed, that your effort and your wits have ensured you survival, wealth, and also a good position for life. And before we leave, I felt like it would be a good moment to give some advice while I hold the Queen of Cups card in my hand. I feel like the Queen of Cups just thinks if I feel it, then it's right. So it does mean go with your feelings. If you have a question of if you should do something in particular, then I guess you are already feeling it, and that's why you are asking yourself that question in the beginning. If you have like a really particular question, then the answer to that question is yes, but also you need to kind of act more like the Queen of Pentacles and think about the long term benefits of whatever you are building or trying to do. So, yeah, guys, if you have dreams, then don't be afraid of holding them in for a little while. Don't get discouraged when the 3D starts acting up on you and showing you that it's still there, even though you are trying to manifest. Remember to continue on with your passion, because that's what's going to give you the happy ending. That's what's going to give you the satisfaction, and that's what's going to give you the peace of mind and validation that you need, which comes from yourself and not anyone else. You will be able to share your riches and your happiness. The most important thing is that you do not become overridden with thoughts, and you can kind of grow whatever that thing is that gets you going till every day it becomes bigger and bigger, and then it starts showing you the benefits and the fruits of your harvest, I guess. So, yeah, guys, I hope this full moon finds you in a good state and that this new cycle is a lot easier and less stressful thanks to this reading. So, if it helped you and you feel like it was accurate, please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you very soon on another reading. See you guys.